Buyers are canceling their sales at the highest level in history of real estate, or at least the ones that they've been recording, how many buyers in a market are canceling transactions in the middle of the transactions. So I see this within our own office and agents. I see an uptick of this. I see it for many different reasons. And I wanted to do a video today explaining this and some things I've been coaching and helping our agents on how to try to avoid these situations and why it's happening, nationwide. Well, first, of course, is a lot of times interest rates, but they fluctuate a little bit, and making sure, of course, you've heard this a million times, they're with a quality lender, an honest lender, someone that's giving them all of their options in different types of loans and payments, and not curveballs. And also the ones that when they have a house under contract and they're getting to closing and find out that they don't have enough funds to close because their loan officer didn't do a great job of pre-approving them and explaining to them, don't spend money. So, example quickly, I don't want to keep too much of your time today, but I don't want to get stuck just on loans. Is that sometimes people spend their money or get a car loan or start buying furniture and didn't understand that they just applied for free financing for some furniture and it hit their credit. So there's different things like that. But one of the upticks and the difference that has changed in 33 years is at a historic level, we have two sides of a sale. We have sellers that want top dollar for their house. And then we have buyers that more want value for their money. They think they're paying top dollar. They feel that they want that top dollar value and the house move-in ready. So when they go in there and do their inspections and they have all this, we have a seller over here wants top dollar and do nothing, and a buyer says, I'm paying top dollar, I don't want to do anything. And coming to terms with that. So after the inspections, we're seeing a lot of buyers drop out because they just don't see the value. Like, why am I paying this? And this house needs all of this. And the seller won't give us any money. The seller won't also will not repair anything or fix anything. They just want to walk in. Also, I'm seeing again, my experience, 33 years of real estate, is I feel the emotional connection to the home is not as much, is not there as much as it used to be years ago. Years ago, you're just so happy to buy a house. You just want a house. You buy a house, and as a buyer, that there's going to be bumps in the road and in costs that you're going to do and fixing this or fixing that. But the emotional connection, just want a house to start a family or move or new job or whatever the reason, hopefully a good reason of buying a home, people were more acceptable for the little things that needed to be done. When today, more and more buyers failing, I'm paying this top dollar and a higher interest rate than was just a few years ago and all of these costs. So as agents, you could prepare your buyers. I know a lot of agents, we're in Ohio, we're in the Midwest. We have our average sale price, and sometimes we just have our average buyers that are buying homes at the top of their level, top of their things. They're uh, using every dollar that they can financially come up with for a down payment and closing costs, and they have very little funds afterwards or don't want to take out more money afterwards. And when they see these inspections, they know all the things that has to be done, and then they back out of the transaction. So as us as agents, not our fault, but a little bit more coaching and preparing our buyers is listen. These houses that we're seeing, you're about to put an offer on. This is an older house. It hasn't been updated in forever. There's gonna be things that they're gonna be having. You be prepared. You're gonna have some expenses and some maintenance and some things and that. And some buyers are getting more scared when after that inspection comes and they see all the maintenance, and then also in in general, the cost of maintaining a home has gone up. If you want to do a little bit of remodeling, the cost of remodeling's gone up, the labor cost, everything has gone up. So when you want to do something small, or even the littlest thing, is costing people more money, and it's scaring some of the buyers. And then they're waiting to find that perfect house, or they get to the point where they have to buy and they just got to take whatever they can get because of whatever reason in life they have to buy. Kids starting school, starting a new job, whatever reason they have to move. So as agents, we're not to blame. There's just little tweaks that we could do to help educate our buyers a little bit more about their finances, what they're going to expect, what they're going to hear. We still have the Uncle Joes. If you don't know, well, I use that term. This is the Uncle Joe real estate deal killer. When you bring in someone to the house, maybe first time home buyers, they're all excited. They put an offer in the house. You have their inspection, everything's fine. You go back. Uncle Joe wants to come take a look because Uncle Joe knows about homes and maintenance and whatever, and comes in and tells them everything wrong with the house and scares them and kills the transaction. We from day one, we used to call those the Uncle Joes of the the transaction. So one of those things is quick training. Thank you for watching. Is if you heard that real estate, or not real estate term, but sales skills, is everybody making the real estate decision coming to see the house, especially when it's first time home buyers? Before you write the offer, I suggest if you're going to have your parents come through, or some advisor, a family or friend that wants to help you because you're first time home buyers and you're the only one that they're talking to, and they know they're going to bring someone in, is bring them in sooner. That's my opinion, because they will kill the deal later after the transaction. We've had it happen every couple times a year. I have one of my agents call me. It's like, we're done. We're approved. The loan's approved. The inspection's approved. All the addendums approved. The buyers wanted to go back in there and bring their family, take a look at the new house. They go in there and then they call frantic. And my uncle said this, and my father said that, and they say this and that and this and that, and we don't want to continue on with the sale, and try to kill the transaction when we're already in place. That's happened. So my personal opinion, again, some agents fight me on this and saying, hey, I say when they're first time home buyers, and I'm just using the example, could be anybody, a single person, a couple, whatever. Say, hey, is there anybody else advising you that you want to bring into this so I could talk to them? So, because you want to be part of that conversation. So, you don't want them to go home and talk to this advisor, their parent, their uncle, their friend, with you not present. And then they come back to you saying everything that they said. Bring all the people together earliest as possible so they could get to know you. You could explain any situations or answer any questions, and it saves things later. I promise you, it will save things later after the sale's already done. And again, these are first time home buyers. So sorry I got off tangent there. But again, bottom line, recap, make sure they're approved. Make sure you are talking to the loan officer, making sure, having the conversation with that loan officer. Hey, do they have funds? Do they have savings? Do they have, for little things, because you're like their home advisor. Do they have things if a year into the furnace goes, something goes, or are they at their maximum, no money left for anything? So I could advise them in the right place when they're buying a house that I know that's going to need more work as time goes on. Also, make sure they're aware of the inspections, and they're going to have an inspection. Please don't ever advise your buyers not to have an inspection. I know I have agents say, "Oh, all my deals keep on getting killed because of inspection." Good, good. That's what they're supposed to. You're supposed to advise them. They have an inspection. Also, bring them up to date. Make sure you have several inspectors that you trust that to do the right job. So you should have a list of one, two, three home inspectors that you recommend. The buyer should not be finding just some random inspection on Google of some inspector in the area, someone that you trust that's going to be honest with them and explain it in a nice way to them of what's important, what's not so important, what's a maintenance, and what's just in general upkeep of a house. And then also just seeing if concentrating on buyers that have to buy, not someone that just, so that's what always catches me is when a buyer cancels a transaction. First off, I try to ask the agent, well, how serious are these buyers? They really have to move, or are they just trying to find the right house? Because some buyers really have to move. They go, I want to move, here's the house, and they will accept some of the upkeep of the house and maintenance they're going to have to do after the closing because they love the house. They have to be in the city. They have to move. And they're not just going to go transaction to transaction. I have agents right now working with buyers for over a year and they've had multiple offers. They've killed a few deals because of inspections. I'm like, when are these people are going to buy? Do they really have to buy? It's been over a year and you're still looking and still finding the right house. So concentrate on the buyers that have to buy, and you'll definitely, get these more transactions closed and less killed during the sale. So remember, always reach out to me. Call, text, email me anytime. Get on my calendar, talk the number two Tony, and I'll be happy to schedule the time to talk to anybody about real estate and whatever I could do to advise you and help you. That's it. Have a wonderful day and hope to talk to you, many of you, very soon. Bye bye.